Hey, it's me, your friend Shaun Proulx, and I'm here in one of the magnificent Mies Van Rose TD Towers here in Toronto with my friend Al Ramsey. You know him from Financially Fit. If you don't know him from Financially Fit, I'll tell you right now what's going on. What are we doing every month together?
Oh, our amazing
We
podcast.
make radio love.
Yes, we do. I mean, it's an amazing show. I think it's one of the most wonderful times of the month for me, to be honest, to come with team of advisors to come and have a great show, talk about, teaching the community, talk about some really great community work, community organization that we do across Canada, and then talk about financial fit, getting people ready for their finances to become, as you always say, their better self.
It's not dry. So if
No.
you've never heard the podcast, go to thegateguidenetwork.com/financially-fit, and you're going to hear the past 3 seasons that we've done. And you don't have to be LGBTQ plus either to listen to that. Al, today's a special day though.
Yes.
You're in conference mode here at
Yes,
TD.
we are.
And we've got your regional managers from around the country all in one place, and in New York.
And New York is here with us.
New
Steven,
York.
New York in house.
Da, da, da. That's not necessary. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Al,
Yes.
tell us Financially Fit, the concept, why you even wanted to do this.
Well, I think the impetus, to be honest, I mean, this entire initiative of LGBTQ plus business development is unfortunately still a new concept in Canada, and actually now in the States. TD is the only bank right now that has a team like this.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We're sitting here, and I think I'll be pressed to say in the world very defined like this. And it talks diversity and inclusion in terms of two sides of the equation. There's one side of the equation is this right thing to do, check. And a lot of companies will look at it, which is important, and I think that is table stakes. The second part of the equation, it makes good business sense. And I'm not talking only from a dollars and cents. It makes good business sense from whether it be the right talent out there to hire the best and brightest, but also what it really does also, if you look at just Canada in general, or North America in general, the LGBTQ plus community represent a huge part of our customer base or population in general. And one thing we know as gay people or LGBTQ plus member of the community is we want to be recognized.
We do.
We want to be recognized for the contribution we make to society, and I think it's important, actually imperative, for companies to stand tall and say, we recognize and we value your business. And that's the reason why it's important for us as, market leaders in our own rights, leaders out there, to stand tall and tell the community exactly that and provide the best advice, the best advisors, and make sure that the experience is legendary when you walk through our doors.
I love that, and this is why I love that. Everybody wants to be seen. That's the one thing. And by seen, I mean validated, noticed, understood, appreciated, and respected. That's the common thread. Doesn't matter where we're from, our cultures, anything. That's a common thread.
Absolutely.
That unites us all. We all want to be someone who matters, and we chase that different ways. But that's why it's smart, because you're saying you matter.
Right.
That's it. That's it. That's the baseline, and I think what you're doing is good work beyond good business sense. It's really good work that you do. Tyler, I'm going to start with you. What is your proudest moment?
That was the one I just said I didn't know how to answer.
And now I heard.
Thank you. So my proudest moment would have probably been with the bank, actually, when I became a branch manager. So about 4 years ago. So I got to take over the West Edmonton Mall branch in Edmonton, Alberta. And after a few years of working with a team of about 20 people, we'd created an environment where I had one of my employees who felt comfortable enough to disclose that she was actually part of our community. So it actually made me feel great knowing that we'd created that environment where she was comfortable enough to come out to us at work.
And Marc-Antoine, bonjour, ça va?
Hello.
Let me ask you what financially fit means to you.
Financially fit for me is very similar to working out and staying fit actively. So to actually flex your finance and make sure that you're equipped to just go through life and feel confident about your finance.
I like the confidence part. I think that's what this is all about. And I think when it comes to money, and I think when it comes to gay people too, LGBTQ2 plus
Good job, Shaun.
people. We weren't all, especially if you're my age, I'm 50, we weren't all given positive messages growing up. And when you don't have positive messages, you don't have an amount of esteem. And when you don't have esteem, you don't think you're worth saving, investing, asking for what you're worth. And so I like the confidence because it's a
Buy too much shoes in this spot. Way too much.
a shoe problem. No, but I have a shoe problem because I have the confidence to go out and make the money and ask for what I'm worth, and then go and use that money 100% on shoes instead of my RSP.
So
Just
wrong.
kidding. That's what I love about working with you on all this, is because it speaks to me, and I know when it
Absolutely.
speaks to me, it speaks to many, many others.
Absolutely.
I'm curious to ask Stephen from New York, what does Forever Proud mean to you?
Forever proud means just being myself every day, being my authentic self and not having to be a different person at work, be a different person at home, kind of combining my life into one, really being proud of who I am and not having to be a different person for anyone else.
It sounds like you're saying authenticity.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's being authentic.
you know, I think I was raised to be myself and to accept everyone that was around me. Growing up in a diverse community and different nationalities and races, and was in a very accepting community. So, you know, the LGBT piece of it was something that came a little bit easier because I grew up in a melting pot and I was able to meet people of different backgrounds and get to understand and really learn about what was important to them and how we could be inclusive of each other. And that's really kind of how I lead my life.
Ashley and Grant, we've got Halifax, Vancouver, coast to coast, since we've got you side by side. Grant, you go first. Tell us about the LGBTQ2 plus community that you serve and how it has taught you.
So the LGBTQ2 plus community I serve is on the West Coast, so primarily Vancouver. Obviously we've got some other major centers like Kelowna and Victoria. So the community, I think, has really taught me about inclusion. It's about bringing community together, being part of community. I really love. I really love the West Coast. We work with an amazing groups of community organizations, which I'm proud to be a part of, and obviously lots of really amazing clients that we work with. That we're able to help, and so that's been, for sure, it's been life-changing, and it's been an amazing experience. It's quite the ride.
Ashley, Halifax. I love Halifax so much.
It's a great city.
I love that city. So tell us about the LGBTQ plus community that you serve and what it's taught you.
So I think for me, I actually had the privilege of working on the West Coast as well with Grant about 4 or 5 years ago now. So I'm from Halifax, originally born and raised, moved out to the West Coast to get some experience, and then moved back to the East. And I think for me that was pivotal both for my own journey and also in coming back to Halifax. It's nice to come home because I learned a lot living in a bigger city like Vancouver, especially when it comes to the LGBTQ2 plus community. And with Halifax, what I've learned is that we've still got a long way to go. You know, if I put my TV hat on, it's our employees, it's our engagement with the community, and it's also our clients. So it's a little bit of the trifold with that. And I would say for me, it's that you know, I want everybody in our community to feel comfortable and in being themselves. And I think not everybody on the East Coast is there yet. You know, a couple months back we saw that there was a straight pride flag that was raised in the New Brunswick region. I don't know if you
Yes,
heard
we
about
read
What
that.
does that look like?
Right.
It's a big black flag with just I don't even know exactly. I think it was a female and a male symbol on it, which yeah. So again, the fact that they felt the need to raise that when
Yeah.
you know
Absolutely.
The action shows us all why we need pride.
exactly.
Right, yeah.
So I'm just excited because I know people are very supportive, very open. I just want to see it grow in that market.
What's it taught you, the community in Halifax?
I think for me, just being more authentically myself. When I was a kid growing up and I identified in my university years, I was not open at all. And again, a lot of it comes down to a lot of the folks in the community who I thought a certain way, but what I've learned is that's not the case. People are very open, and for me, spending time in Vancouver and coming back, it's really being my authentic self because people on the East Coast are very open, and we're seeing that more and more.
We've got two Stevens here.
Hi.
What's your superpower?
Oh my god.
I can tell you.
Wow. I guess my superpower is bringing people together. Nothing extraordinary like flying or fighting bullets like Wonder Woman. I
That's true.
Like
One must though.
on occasion, one has to deflect a bullet. Deflect.
What's your dominant intention in 2019 being a market leader for TD Bank?
To be honest, what I want to do, so I sit in Quebec, in Montreal, and so my hometown. I want to be the market lead in the LGBT space. And what does that mean? It means being able to connect different communities, our community partners, our customers, our colleagues, bringing those three, the trifecta together to come and be the voice for the LGBT community and trying to get people to have better awareness around what we do.
Do you know what your dominant intention is for 2019?
My
No, I'm going to tell you what it is.
oh, I was you said dominant intention.
Yeah. No, boy, I'm telling you what it is. This is you're going to say hi to me because we're next door neighbors. We're scurrying off.
Oh.
I'm never going to hello. He's always like, hi.
He's always busy, right?
You are busy.
Oh, it's
You are
my
busy.
heart wasn't me.
So let's start there. You're one of the busiest because I've watched you because I'm your next door neighbor and I've got a telescope. No, but I've watched your rise and I've cheered you on from the sidelines because you're an extraordinary person and a force of nature in our community. I see all the good work that you do. That takes up a lot of your own personal time. And it can't just be because it's related to career. It can't just be because it's going to help you at TD. What's the heartbeat or the backbone behind the drive you have within our community that does dovetail beautifully into the work you do at TD? But it can't just be about that. Why do you do all you do?
When I first got hired as the branch manager at Churchill Moxley, I almost felt that I have a duty to obviously to represent the community. I had no choice. We were just talking about that at our because I wasn't really fully out at that time, and by me taking on that role at the epicenter of the gay village means that I automatically needs to be out. So for me, as part of the job as a manager at the branch, not only am I the face of the bank, but also the community. I feel there's a need for me to not just to do the best job that I can in the role as a branch manager, but to also give back to the community, to support the community. So during those 8 years that I was there, I just feel that I need to do beyond that job that I have, managing that branch. I need to be part of the community. Not like we need to not only talk the talk, but walk the walk.
Is it safe to say it this way, that becoming branch manager at TD caused you to keep up with who you really are?
To a certain extent, yes. Because going back to that question you had asked, what is worth and proud means to you, I think for me, it's being in a state of happiness. Like for me, to be proud is meaning that I'm always in that space where I'm happy, and being happy is to be able to contribute something positive, whether it's to someone, whether I'm mentoring someone, or whether I'm volunteering for a community organization. That really gives me that happiness, which in turn makes me proud of what I do.
I love this answer because I believe that who you really are, who we all really are happy.
Yeah.
We all came here to not struggle, not suffer, but to be happy.
This is one of my purpose moments right here. Listening to this entire team, listening to Rupert. I was just joking with the team earlier on that we're family. This goes way beyond just us being colleagues, and
You can feel it.
we've been colleagues for some of the folks in this room for 14 years when I just started the bank. Same myself, was out and proud at TD before at home, and to watch Rupert's standing here, and Steve and Grant and Sir Marc Antoine meeting Steve in New York recently, Ashley on board, Tyler, just seeing the growth of everyone here. Me sitting right here beside you, if I answered your question before, is absolutely fits in one of my proudest moments.
And look at